created to have some fun together, sharing and singing. So, join and enjoy.
Our love for opera brings us together. Thanks for being with us in this trip.
Hi, everybody. We're happy to be sharing with you another program, and today we're gonna grateful and honor our Belgium audience, sharing with you a masterpiece by the great composer Cesar Frank. We want to thank you all in Belgium for following us, for be listening us, and I hope you enjoy it as much as we will. Anis Angelicus, fit panis hominum, panis celicus, figuris terminum, ores mirabilis, aducat Dominum, oper, oper, servus et humilis. Oper, oper, servus et humilis. Anis Angelicus, fit panis hominum, panis celicus, figuris terminum, ores mirabilis, aducat Dominum, pauper, pauper, servus et humilis. Pauper, pauper, servus, servus et humilis.
Thank you very much, and thanks people in Belgium for having followed us very constantly. People in Belgium account for almost 50% of our viewers in YouTube. Thank you very much for your, and we try to give you some music in return. More specific, Katia is giving us this present in return for the appreciation of people in Belgium. And well, throughout the whole program, I think the spirit of people in Belgium will be present, even though we're about to change to another country. But from the people that I know from Belgium are always very kind, very warm, very open. There are so many positive adjectives that I have for people in Belgium. So I think that will be the spirit of, and of course, we will also have lots of fun. Because if we don't have fun, then it is not we love singing. And today, if you saw the title of our program, I said Mozart forever. We have shared with you in the past that Mozart has a very special place in our hearts. For me, even though my voice is of course very 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 far from the tesitura that Mozart demands, and we are about to talk about it also. But I also let me remind you that Katia has shared with us in the past that her favorite composer is Mozart. And how can it not be? I spent a good number of hours today in the morning trying to find the right words to describe Mozart, and the truth is, I don't think I found the best words because for me, Mozart is, I don't know, I have to share with you in the past that it is like this so perfect composer that somehow managed to put everything in its place and give us sometimes very short melodies, but very lovely as well. So it's not a matter of duration. In specific, I am sharing with you the score of Le Nozze di Figaro as we know it, the marriage of Figaro, which some people think it's the Il Barbero di Siviglia because we also have Figaro here, and it is true that the two are based on the same I was about
Character.
yeah, on the same character by Beaumarchais. So it is basically, yes, it is the same Figaro, even though in two different stories and two different composers. And as in the case of Le Nozze di Figaro, which are the two parts that I will be singing, Katia is going to share also some surprises a little ahead. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I would like to maybe start sharing with you something that people may not have paid lots of attention. People knows that Le Nozze di Figaro is about the I would like to find kind words, but I don't think there are kind words to describe it. In Spanish, it is called el derecho de pernada. I found that in English and for some reason in French, moreover in French, it is called le droit du seigneur, which means that the man, the rich man who happens to have servants, has the right to have, when one of his servants is getting married, he has the right of having the first night of sex with the wife rather than the
Yeah.
husband himself, which is absolutely horrible to describe. I really gave much thought on it when I was working on the Mexican song Borrachita, which I have in another playlist, the 50 music postcards. You can find La Borrachita there, because I could say that very innocently I have never thought until I studied it deeply that La Borrachita is exactly in a, if you allow me to do some parallel, the composition of La Borrachita is also a denounce. That practice is somehow criticized in Mexico, that in the early 1900s we still had those behaviors by the hacendados, and it was allowed to proceed like that. But more than a century before, Mozart decided to do the same. Of course, we have fun with Le Nozze di Figaro, but if you pay attention to the whole libretto, in fact, he's also putting everything on stage to show that it is just not right. Maybe it will make us laugh, we will have a nice time watching it, but very deep, he's telling Mozart, very ahead of his time, he's telling us that cannot be right. And the Lord who wants to do it must be punished, or he has to learn a lesson somehow. That's in fact the lesson that is taught to us by Mozart. So many people, and in fact, they call it that it is one of the buffa operas because it's funny, but I must insist, if you pay attention to this thing that he's doing, it is not, well, maybe the sense of the music and the character is very light and it's like buffo, but in very deep he's saying, no, we shouldn't be doing it. That's for the serious part. Now, tell me, Katia, for you, what comes to your mind when you think of Le Nozze di Figaro?
Well, it has a special place in my heart because a few programs ago, I told you that this Susanna's area was one of the first that I sang approaching to opera. Oh my God, I forgot the name. Help me!
Don't worry. For that purpose, we have because I don't know the name of. There are so many beautiful melodies in here that every 5 minutes you
Yeah,
have at
yeah,
least a
that's why
very
I'm getting.
brief. Um,
But I
for
can read.
Se vuol ballare signor continuo, which is very
No, no,
short
no.
but lovely.
She sings saying that she's waiting for Figaro.
Por di amor?
No, no,
No,
no.
no, no, por di amor es la
Susana.
contessa.
Yeah, Susana. Che godrò senza affanno in braccioli del mio. Dimmi le cure uscite dal mio petto. A turbar non venite il mio diletto. Oh, come par che all'amoroso fuoco l'amenità del loco la terra e il ciel risponda. Deviene non tardar.
Yeah, de viene non
That,
tardar. And I cannot
yeah,
find
yeah.
it. Can you believe that? Where do I have de viene non tardar? Partly because I don't have my glasses on. I don't have my glasses on.
Well, I have mine, but they're not working.
Where do I have de viene non tardar?
But it's a lovely piece because she's singing with such love, but such tender and caress, and imagine that you're expecting your beloved person and thinking about setting a flower crown on his forehead or her forehead. Uh, it's sweet, it's lovely, and it was my first aria, and it's very special for me. Like you just said, Mozart, it's my favorite composer on earth. I would say that he's my crush. But and I'm totally grateful that my voice matches with his music so much. I really enjoy every single area that I have worked on. I'm working right now on The Queen of Night. I have sang some things from Die Entführung aus dem Serail, El rapto en el serrallo. I've been Susana. I have sang Solaria, a duet from the same opera. So every single time that I sing Mozart, it means fun. Probably it's not fun for everyone because it's virtuosistic. It doesn't matter where you take the music from, which point of view you want to take. It's complicated, but it's fun. It's beautiful. It's, I don't know. I have no words. I love Mozart.
And maybe we should stop there for a second because you mentioned something that is very important, except for Constance and the Queen of the Night, and the other character, which I forgot her name in the same opera as Constance. Usually,
Blonde?
Mozart is not virtuosistic. Mozart is, well, one thing before that. Mozart is not generous with the tenors. There is one thing here and one thing there. I was thinking that maybe by the time he was alive, tenors had not a very important role in the opera. So he really, except for La Clemenza di Tito and I forgot the other famous opera where the tenor is the lead. I may recall it later. Except for those, the tenor really has nothing to do in Mozart's operas. Of course, you are going to say, no, but Pamino in the Magic Flute, but I know he has a part, but to say that his aria is the most important part of the whole magic flute, it's not true. It is the queen of the night. We were saying, or after we finished last programs, I was having this conversation with Katia, telling you that if you leave Papageno and the queen of the night out of the magic flute, nothing else, no one else cares what happens on stage. So
Yeah.
the tenor is there, but who cares about the tenor when you have the queen of the night with two splendid, super pyrotechnic arias, and the two very, very lovely arias by Papageno and the duet with Papagena. I mean, that music is so lovely, but that's why I have so much trouble in trying to describe it, because it is not lovely in the sense that we have, for instance, for Puccini, that you have those amazing melodies as for Liu or Madama Butterfly. That is not what we are talking about, and we are not talking about the beauty of singing as for the bel canto, but you have something that is very so very well put, with not excesses anywhere, except for the Queen of the Night and Constance, that really go stratospheric, go where no one else
Yeah.
can reach. Except for those, if you also think of Papageno, Papageno's areas are lovely, very melodic, with a very nice tune that you can recall in your mind. The accompaniment is not heavy. That's usually what you hear from Mozart. And there is a reason why not many people sing Mozart in recitals or concerts. And the thing is that since there are no high notes or long notes, singers say, well, people are not going to give me a very big applause for that. And the truth is that since people are used to wait for that high note at the end, when they listen to the last chords of the piano, they say, hey, is that all? And where is my high note? People are left like there is something missing. And for the singers who are into that also feel like something is missing. But if you happen to be, my teacher used to say, and I think I fully agree, that to sing Mozart, you do not really need voice, but you need musicality, which is
I agree.
something that not everybody is given. See, a voice, you can have a loud voice and get away with verismo. You can have a nice voice and get away with maybe Puccini and some bel canto. You may have stratospheric coloratura and you get away with bel canto. But if you are not a musical, that you don't have that musicality, you don't get away with Mozart. You really, really don't. Because that area that I could not find, the Viene non tardar, and the aria by La Contessa in the same opera are I don't know how to say, you know, you have to do it so softly, so perfectly, reaching that note, that if you give full voice, as for what we are about to share with you, let me find where I wrote the page. Yeah, it's 54. If you see, you have to sing Figaro's aria, non più andrai farfallone amoroso. If you're a baritone and you want to sing it full voice, it's not going to work. Absolutely not going to work. Well, any tesitura, if you want to sing this full voice, it is not going to work. So, what singer wants to sing not with all his pasta, but trying to keep your pasta while you're trying to reach the notes and give this? For me, singing, even though pay attention for the people who read music, that there is not. And I don't know how they are called in English, these ligaturas, when you know that the two, you see them very often in Puccini, you have these long phrases that you must keep legato, telling you that you have to flow with the music. He doesn't give you any of that, but even though he doesn't give you any of that, people are not expecting you to sing non più andrai farfallone amoroso. People are expecting to sing something very continuously, preciously sung, non più andrai farfallone amoroso, in the same breath, even though it is not written. And if you're thinking that singing Mozart is easy because it doesn't have high notes, you're absolutely wrong. It's
No.
anything but easy. As I was telling you, not every singer can get away with Mozart. But those are
No.
my thoughts. Before we go to that area, what else would you like to share when you have your students and they say, "Oh, am I going to sing only Mozart? And I'm not capable of singing something else?"
Well, I don't know. I think that singing Mozart is like uh, tasting creme brulee. It's soft, exquisite, simple but complicated. It is made of opposite point of views. Like you said, probably it seems like a very simple melodic line, but you have to float it, but not with your middle voice. Try it.
It really is difficult. It really is. And as we are about to go for Non più andrai, why don't you tell people or share a little about what is going on stage and what this area for Figaro is about?
Well, we have Cherubino, that is a teenager boy that has his hormones working at
Like any
1000.
adolescent.
Yes. And well, he wants to be with Susanna and the Countess and every single girl uh, at his hand. So, well, we know that Figaro is about to getting married with Susanna, and he catches him disturbing the ladies, and he suggests that Cherubino should go to the army and leave the girls alone. So he's telling in this moment, you won't be like a butterfly flying from here to there. You will do something with your life.
And it is on stage, it is a very funny, nice area, even though Figaro is somehow some sort of giving a reprimand on the Cherubino. But with the magic of Mozart, he really never sounds upset. He really doesn't. And you will excuse me because I will try it, but you will excuse me if I will move like I am dancing or anything. But it is so lovely for me the music that I really find it difficult to 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 just keep quiet. And even if there is no voice singing, the truth is that this aria is so absolutely beautiful that even the last chords by the piano are perfect. So you're about to
Yeah.
hear that. So I think I'm ready, or I hope I'm ready. If I don't have the score, how did we say that we call the atril in English? My score is over there.
Sorry.
The atril, how do we call that in English? I forgot.
Oh my God. I don't know.
Well, the music stands, or I don't know how to call that, but
The thing
that
over there.
the thing over there that people musicians usually use. That's what I have there, and I don't think I left the right page on the score. So I hope that doesn't play against me. So let's go for it. Non piangrai farfallone amoroso, notte e giorno intorno girando, delle vele turbando in ripasso, Narcisetto adoncino d'amor. Delle vele turbando in ripasso, Narcisetto adoncino d'amor. Non piavrai queste bei penachini, quel cappello leggero galante,
quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio donesco color, quel vermiglio donesco color. Non piovrai quei penechini, quel cappello, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante. Non piangerai farfallone amoroso, notte e giorno d'intorno girando, delle vele turbando il ripasso, narcisetto adoncino d'amor. Delle vele turbando il ripasso, narcisetto adoncino d'amor. Tra i guerrieri per faco, gran mustacchi stretto sacco, schioppo in spalla, sciama in fianco, collo dritto, mosso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor, poco contante, poco contante, poco contante. Ed invece del fandango, una marcia per il fango, per montagne e per valloni, con le nevi suonioni al concerto di tromboni, di bomboni, di cannoni, che le pane e i confitoni all'orecchi fan fischiar. Non piovrai quei penachini, non piovrai quel cappello, non piovrai quella chioma, non piovrai quell'aria brillante. Non piangrai farfallone amoroso, notte e giorno d'intorno girando, delle vele turbando il ripasso, narcisetto adoncino d'amor. Delle vele turbando il ripasso, narcisetto adoncino d'amor. Che nomino alla vittoria, alla gloria militar, che lumino alla vittoria, alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar.
And I could hear that melody all night long. Oh, really, really. Maybe in a somehow obsessive way. But you know, the part, maybe we go a little over the text of Non più andrai. When it's I wanted also to share you what we said before, and it is very hard to explain, that Katia was telling us the voice is somehow floated, not in mezza voce, but not full pass. Which is a very difficult thing to explain. But imagine that you have a baritone that says, Non piangrai farfallone amoroso. But it has to be, when Katia said float, it's more like, Non piangrai farfallone amoroso, notte e
Yeah.
giorno d'intorno girando, delle vele turbando il riposo, riposo. You see, it is like very funny, like if with the tip of your voice you were
It's
touching
like
those notes.
playing, but no.
Yeah, it's like playing, but it's like perfectly playing. I really don't know
Yeah,
how to explain that.
I was about to say that with Mozart you have to talk, but not like in verismo.
Yeah, not like in Verismo, of course. No, no, no.
But you talk. Do you agree?
Yeah, it is much really more. It is singing, yes, it's true, but yeah, it is like using the language in a perfect mixture with music to communicate something. Because you know that
Yeah.
usually in opera the rhythm and many things are exaggerated so that it makes sense with the orchestration. But here the orchestration is a nice complement. When you notice the music, Narcisetto adonci, delle vele turbando il riposo, Narcisetto adoncino d'amor. d'amore. Then you have this beautiful chord. You see like and there are many places if you really pay attention to the music. These small pauses where the singer is not singing in those voice pauses, you have these beautiful, very beautiful ornaments.
Answers. The
Yeah,
music sings too. The music talks too. It's like a
and
puzzle, but like a perfect puzzle.
yeah, and for instance, the thing that I like very much when I was telling you, we cannot say that it is serious, even though it is serious, is the final part that I am looking for and that I have not reached on the screen. Yeah, here. When it starts, is Cherubino alla vittoria, alla gloria militar. The rhythm now it goes like a marcha. Tan, taran, tan, tan, taran, taran, tan, 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 taran. Bringing us the sense of this marcha of the army, but it is not a dramatic thing as Andrea Chenier, si fui
Mhm.
soldato, and something like that. It is very nicely put, and it gives you a full immersion in the change of mood that, yeah, we are sending this Cherubino to join the army so he stops bothering women. But it is so nicely done. In fact, the final part, I love it completely. But the final part is my favorite with Cherubino alla vittoria, alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar. And if you notice, it is a very simple melody. He's not saying anything other than alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar. But the music in the background is so nice. Tan, taran, tan, tan, tararan, tararan, tan, taran, that I really cannot. And right after he wraps up with this alla gloria militar, and the music goes until the end of it is absolutely. It puts me in such a nice mood, like a relaxation. Like you have accomplished something so nicely without worrying about your high notes, without worrying about anything else, but something very lovely that you did. But now